Morning, welcome back to VeggiePlot. Quite warm in here, I'm just going to take this off. This video we're going to be doing another harvest, and then once this is done we're going to be going up to the allotment because we've got lots of beans to plant out, another hoop bed to make. But I'm in the polytunnel now. I've got lots of tomatoes, gherkins, cucumbers and meat-long beans to harvest, so I thought you might like to join in and see how it's all coming along. Very pleased with how these beans are done this year. These on this side of the polytunnel, these were just sort of meter beans. That's how they came in the packet, as meter beans, and they're a dark black or brown sort of seed. And these on this side are meter beans red, but I do know from experience last year that these won't be as fresh for so long, and they soon start to get quite pale and chunky. So I'm going to harvest a lot of the long ones of these today. We've got quite a few, and on this side all these meter beans, these are about 60-70 centimeters long, believe it or not. So I'm going to harvest a lot of the long ones of these. So just going to use trusty penknife. I'm going to actually nip the beans off right close to where they come off the stem. Because you do find that, you probably can't see, I'll do a close-up in a minute, actually you get the two long beans and sometimes then you start getting a third, and you might get more, I suppose. So I'm being very careful with how I cut these, just in case we get more. So I'll just take these two off. Yeah, look at these, they go from there all the way to there. Amazing. So yeah, I think these are about 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 centimeters long, I think. But yeah, brilliant. Some aren't quite ready, but yeah, I think this one is. They're like, I don't know, wiggly worms. Anyway, there we are. That's those. The meter bean reds, and these are the others. They're both really quite long. I think we've probably got another good harvest of this many, I would think. Right, the first ones I want to harvest today are going to be these pink Barclay tie-dye. They are looking absolutely splendid and they're bang on ripe. You can tell because they change from this sort of green colour, and then they start going a bit darker, and then they start going red. I know they're called pink, but I suppose it's sort of a salmony, pinky red perhaps. And they're slightly soft to the touch. You don't want to let them get too soft. If they get too soft, then they're going overripe and they're not so nice. So yeah, if you can get them when they're just on the edge, and then harvest them and eat them that way, let them ripen up a little indoors, and then that is sort of how I like them most. And I think like most of these are ready. There's quite a few here, 5 there. So just going to nip these off. I'll show you them a bit closer in a minute, but yeah. And they're done really well. They truss really low down on the vine, which is quite good. Yeah, I grew these last year. Let me see if I can get them a bit closer for you. Good, aren't they? I grew these last year and was very pleased with them. That's why I've grown them again. It's partly because they are so prolific, and you can save the seeds and grow from them year on year. So that's another good thing. I like these sliced up and put onto sourdough, toasted sourdough with garlic rubbed on and olive oil. A bit of basil. Some of this Greek basil is really nice, so I shall pick some of that in a minute. I really like these. Anyway, I now want to get in and get some of these red. Oops. I'm not going to grow aubergines in this middle bed next year. Every time I come in here, I bend down, I walk past, and I snap a leaf off. And they're not doing particularly well. It's just, anyway, you live and learn. I think this bed, the best thing it ever had in was basil So I'm going to do basil back in this bed next year, but really, every time. These again produced absolutely loads. Anyway, right, that's cherry brandy wine, that's those done. And now I think I might have a couple of lucid gems, so let's just go and have a look down there, see if we can find any of them. Yeah, they're looking gorgeous, aren't they? Look at this wonderful colouring. Beautiful. This sort of anthocyanin shoulders and lovely orange in the middle, and then a bit yellow on the bottom at the moment. So I think this is not quite ready. This one definitely isn't. So actually I'm going to leave those on the vine. Right, let's get some gherkins. I've got quite a few on here again today. They're really good producers, but look at this. A little bit big for my liking. There we go, so looking good. So we've got a few more up here. Again, just give it a little twiddle and just pop it off. There we go. That's another nice one. Pop the flower off. Right, let's put that in the basket. And this one. See if we can find some more. This one's just fell off the vine. Look at that one. That's far too big. That's almost a cucumber, that one. Right, rub all the prickles off. Put that in there. That's the last one. I should probably try pickling these. We've been munching the others so far, just eating what we've got, but I'm going to try pickling these. Right, now let's see if we've got some of these other cucumbers. These are a small miniature cucumber. These are La Diva. I haven't grown these before, but I think these are probably ready, so just going to take this one. It's lovely. So I haven't grown them before, so I'm not quite sure if this is the right thing to do, but I think it probably is. They feel firm, and there's one more just down here. Yeah, but last year I grew some is it Market More, or yeah, they grew enormous. They were sort of, 1.5 to 2 foot long. It's ridiculous by the time I harvested them, and they were far too big. We couldn't eat them all, so that's why this year I've decided to grow a much smaller variety. Right, that's looking pretty good so far. Now I want to get some an aubergine. There we go. Right, not perfect. It's got one of these sort of strange bottoms again. I don't know why that is, and a bit scratched. So yeah. Anyway, they haven't been very productive. I don't think they're getting enough sunlight really in this corner. So not all that happy with these black beauties this year. So let's have a look at these Brad's Atomic Grape, because some of them I've got a feeling are ripening up. And the colours are quite exquisite. I don't know if this camera can pick it up, but they're all sorts of golds and purples, bronzes, greens, amazing. And this is actually feeling quite soft. So I might take this one just to see if that ripens up a bit more indoors, and then we can give that a taste test later on. Yeah, looking good, and I think there are a couple more further up, so we're going to have a look at those. I think we'll have that one, and maybe even this one next to it. These are sun gold. I've mentioned them before. Honeycomb on the other side. I've been trying to get this truss to ripen up from top to bottom, but it's just taking too long. Although the last two are beginning to ripen, the others are starting to go overripe at the top, so it's now time to harvest all of these, apart from the last two, that is. They just pop off the vine really easily. So let me show you these. They're beautiful looking tomatoes. Such a golden orange. So yeah, let's put these in here. And I just actually want to try one. And I have noticed on here actually, and I'll bring you in and show you, but I'm wondering that's a little bit of blight there. Right, I've just been harvesting some of the honeycomb, and actually I think they're a bit bigger. The tomatoes are a little bit bigger. I don't know what you think, but yeah, there are these gorgeous, got one. Yeah, these gorgeous sort of round sunshine globes. That's those. So I think that is all for the polytunnel today, all that I can sort of pick in here. So I'll just show you the basket. Right, there you go. Not a bad little morning's harvest, is it? Got some sun gold and honeycomb tomatoes, Brad's atomic grape, black beauty aubergine, sort of partner and La Diva cucumbers and partner gherkins, Bink Barkley tie-dye big tomatoes at the back here with these brandywine cherry tomatoes as well, and then at the back we've got these wonderful sort of meter-long beans. So yeah, been quite a good harvest this morning. Right, let's head up to the allotment and we'll get on with that hoop bed and do some planting and harvesting up there. I'll see you up there.